Welcome to video 2 of Inktober. Yes, I am still going. I haven't given up yet. I am not going to let it beat me. Okay, so this one is day 4 and it is freeze. So the first thing that came to my mind was an ice cream, and I decided to do a monster ice cream, and that's exactly what I did. So this little monster ice cream is, you know, he's just been a monster ice cream. He's been created, and basically the look on his face is he is giving himself, because he's so cold, even though he's a little melting, look, he's melting, but he is so cold that he's giving himself a brain freeze. Yeah, that's right, he is giving himself a brain freeze. And I wanted to add a few little creepy elements too, which I gave him like this little waffle stick in the top of his head with a skull on the end. So it's like a white chocolate skull, but it's also melting a little bit too, because maybe it's a little bit hot where he is, even though he's still a little bit frozen. So yeah, and I've got a little shovel on the other side and an arrow, and then 2 bones sticking out of him. And I really wanted to make a waffle cone with this one, so I did a waffle cone for this one. So this is actually the last piece that I draw and sketch out on camera, because I'm finding that it's taking me too long to do the sketching process on camera and then having to do the rest. So I sort of want to try and reduce these video times down, because this one and the last one were about the 15-minute mark. So I'm going to be then pre-drawing the rest to just try and get the videos down so it's a little bit more digestible for you guys, basically. So that's what I'm doing, and yeah, that's what you'll see. You won't see me doing the sketch processes anymore, and I'm sorry if that's what you wanted to see, but I also want to, you know, show you guys the processes for the main parts. To me, the main part is the line work, and that's not so much of the main one to me, but it's mainly the color and the shading. To me, that's the main focus, and I do know that a lot of people like to watch that over the sketching process in the line art. So if you disagree with me, by all means let me know. If you want to see me do the sketching, just let me know. But yeah, from personal experience and from hearing from other people, I just wanted to not do the sketch process on camera, because a lot of people really like to see, you know, the guts of it being done. That's the reason why I've done it that way. And yeah, that's my day 4. That's my freeze picture for day 4. Oh, and the question is, would you eat this cone? I don't know if I would. I don't think I'd feel comfortable eating a cone that had a face, especially if it's all black and grey. Although I do know that there is a soft serve out there that is all black, but it wouldn't have a face. So I've got a thing about eating food that's looking at me. Day 5 was build, and this one, oh, I'm so happy I decided to start pre-drawing, because this one took me ages. This one took me hours to draw up, because for one, I decided to go with an isometric room because it was built, and I thought, how cool would it be to have this isometric little room and it's being built. So I did not even know how to even start planning out an isometric room, what the measurements were. So I had to Google it. I had to look up how to do an isometric room with the measurements. So that was a little bit of a nightmare. And then I had to then work out, because I had to do a full isometric room, and then I had to work out on that one wall that's got the chunks taken out, how everything was going to look with some of them missing, some of the wood planks missing, and all that, and just getting angles right. So this one really tested me, and I really just wanted to do an isometric room. I've seen so many of them on social medias, and I just wanted to do one. So when I saw the build prompt, the first thing that came to my mind was an isometric room. So the story behind this isometric room is the guy's building it, he's fixing it up. It's been, a little bit let go. As you can see by the curtain's torn, and that's going to get replaced eventually, but at the moment he's just replacing the boards and some of the wallpaper. So once the boards go in, he can then put the rest of the wallpaper in. But the silly person who has built this room has been building the floor, and as you can see, there's some little pair of eyes sticking up from one of the holes in the floor. You can see him peering through, and that's because he got too carried away and started building and putting the floorboards in and built himself into the floor. How he done that, I don't know. Don't ask me, logistics of the whole thing. He's just built himself into the wall. Maybe he wasn't that smart, obviously, because he built himself into the floor, and he does not know how he's going to get out. Regardless of the bottom of the floor looking like there is, no underneath. So yeah, he's trapped himself in there. There's goo coming out. It looks like the isometric room is basically, sucking out his insides and sucking out all the blood, and it's just dripping. Okay, I've gotten a bit carried away now. That's going too far. I had to go to that gory place, didn't I? But just keep it up. The guy's silly, and he's just trapped himself in the floor. Now, my favorite part of this piece is I really like the ladder. I've never drawn a ladder before, and that I did good. I did good with that ladder. I'm very proud of myself. Very proud of myself. This is another one of my favorite pieces. This one. And I really enjoy putting that wood grain look on things. So I really had a lot of fun and really enjoyed putting that wood grain pattern on all those floorboards. That was good. I really enjoyed that. I love that. So that was my day 5 build. And I didn't even use any white gel pen on this one either. Once again, very proud of myself. the final piece in this video for today is day 6, and it is Husky. And I sort of at first didn't want to do a Husky because I thought every person out there is going to be doing a Husky. And once I started to look, I didn't know what else to really do, so I basically had to do a Husky. And I thought, well, I'm not going to just do any old normal Husky. How can I mix this up? So I then thought about it and I thought, hey, I'm going to do a half normal Husky, half robot. And that's exactly what I did. I drew this Husky jumping and leaping, and then I did the top half of the Husky as like a real dog, and then I sort of made the eye sort of very robotic. So I wanted to give like a sort of a hint that, yeah, he does have like the fur on the top, but he's still basically a robot underneath. And he's got a few bits and pieces that could be flesh and blood, but yeah, he's mainly a robot. And then I wanted to do sort of like a background, because when I sketched this out, it was sort of a little bit lacking something, and I didn't know what that was. And I tried a few backgrounds out and just sketched a few things, and I didn't like a lot of it. So I decided to do this kind of like this splash, like he's leaping and he's sort of coming out of oil. Because it was going to be black, pure black, I decided to make it like an oil that he's leaping out of, because he's mechanical. He is a mechanical Husky. He is half, you know, half Husky, half robotic Husky, robotic dog, whatever you want to call him. And yeah, he's just leaping out of some oil that's basically runs him. He runs off of oil, and that's it. This one so far is my favorite. This is so far, I don't know, you know, as I go on, I don't know what else I'm going to be drawing, but so far this is my favorite. I love this piece. So yeah, I don't really have anything to pick at the pieces that I have done so far. Not much anyway, because I have been really enjoying this, and it's not something that's meant to be completely perfect. It's just meant to be, you know, just learning and doing things that you wouldn't normally do. So yeah, so far I'm still having fun. I'm still having a great time, and yeah, it's still early days because I know what I'm like, but so far having a great time. This is my favorite piece. Hopefully you have enjoyed the pieces that I have done in this video. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you in the next video for the Inktober pieces that I'm doing next. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!